Waziri Magoha yuko katika mji wa Mombasa, hususan eneo la Wild Waters, akizungumza na walimu wakuu wa shule za umma.
With the teaching of the innocent angels in primary school, where you belong, and I said in my other life, I would rather be a primary school teacher. That is the truth, because I'm not a politician, I'm telling you the truth. Because you see the innocence in the eyes of the children when you go to engage them, and you say, this is where God has placed me to mold somebody into something else. My dear brothers and sisters, Comrade Belio Kipsang, a very good friend, academia and your team, fellow teachers, I want to start from a very simplistic point of view that we ignore. I will quote Shakespeare, but also the scriptures. What is this vanity that we are all obsessed with? As if we are going to live for 2,000 years. Kenya has been there for thousands of years. And the earlier we understand that the world is a stage where we are born and we play our parts and it is timed, and then we exit. So the first honor I want to give my teachers is that you recognize time. And I want to honor you with all the honors that I have as a human being that have been to primary schools in this country. And I don't announce when I'm coming, because when I announce, I find the dwellers of this world with a battery of everybody waiting for me. So I sneak quietly and go to a school in any part of the country, 8:15, and I don't go to your offices. This is why I'm honoring you now. I don't go to your, I go to the classrooms. And in 98% of the times, let God be my witness, I have found the teachers and the children in class, and they are engaged. What else can I ask for? It then, yeah, it is true. It then means that with the very little that you have given us your very best. And no wonder they keep saying Kenya has the best teacher. It is true. Prophets are usually not recognized in their own countries, but in my system of management, I've been able to recognize very quickly. Because this time I'm in Lunga Lunga, the following day I'm somewhere in Siaya, and people saying, why are you coming without informing us? I don't need you, I need my teachers. Having said so, ladies and gentlemen, we have just had examination for over 1 million children. And I was very, very pleased indeed. Forget about the standard deviations which you hear. Those are standard deviations. Do you understand? Forget about them. They are not important. The mass of you who are here have delivered credible exams. It is not me. It is you. And how do you confirm that you have delivered credible exams? It's very simple. Look at the results pattern. Kanyenyaini Primary School, where I come from, has good results. You find another child from Rusinga Island has good results. That tells you that we have allowed the children. First of all, you have taught them. As a doctor, I can tell you that you have a choice of making the children cram for results, which is actually not very intelligent, or allow the child to use the brain. The way I used mine 50 years ago to study the European history. So I can still describe for you the life history of Napoleon Bonaparte. and all the battles from where he was born. in 1769 in the island of Corsica. It comes back on its own. And I'm so deeply touched that as far as CBC is concerned, you are doing precisely what was done to me during my time. So the fact that I'm a surgeon doesn't mean I'm not learned. I'm a student of history. Are we together? Yes. So you should celebrate yourselves. Before I read the speech, let me also address another issue which has already been addressed by my very competent peers. In this world, we have choices. You have choices to create the living God by whose grace I'm standing here. Ask yourself, I'm not a politician. I don't lobby. I'm a little bit abrasive. Senor, how come I'm here standing before you? How come I'm here standing before you? And there must be tons of people who have been lobbying. Please let me. I'm here by the grace of God. And I also believe that God cannot give you a job that you cannot do. Then I want to challenge ourselves as teachers together. If it is true that we believe in the living God is jealous. You know, he's very jealous. You love him completely. You can't love him this side and you love money on this side. Then it means you are loving the other one, the black one behind. So let me share that faith with you, that you can only serve one master. And that master is God. And it is that same God that has given us the president through you that is giving us direction, isn't it? If we start from there, then we will not fight. And if you want me to tell you where in the scriptures we'll find this, I'll be happy to show you, but I'm not a preacher. I preach the way I speak. The second thing I want to tell you about before I get into this issue is that we have one country. My brothers from Tanzania, thank you for the advice. I am humbled to be before you. We have one country. For you as teachers, where do you want our children? What do you want for our children? For me, I would like my grandchild, when I've gone to heaven, because I'm going there direct. It is true. It is also true. Because if you live what you say, you have nothing to fear. You will go to heaven directly. There's nothing to worry about. So if you still have doubts, come and let us have a conversation. I'll tell you what to do. It is not wearing of the robe that takes you there. So what we should be asking ourselves, since you are my employers, I am the one who needs you. You don't need me. Do you know that? I'm the one who needs you, because in order for me to be a minister until tomorrow, I need your support as a team. It is not the other way around. Because I can only formulate policies at the top, and then people like Benio in the middle, then you have to implement. If you refuse to implement, then there is no way I'm going. So if we understand that you are the most important part of the team that we have in the cycle, then we have somewhere else to go. So when you talk about NEMIS, you are saying the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And last year when I was a junior officer in NEC, I also said certain things about NEMIS. But now I have learned a little bit more. And the PS has already told you, if you have made a mistake like we accepted last time, we as government are supposed to learn from it, isn't it? And make sure it doesn't happen again. I want to assure you, and he has also said with his own mouth, that capitation except for standard 1, because standard 1 we still don't know. Is there anybody who knows who is in standard 1? But all the others shall be given as per the schedule that you have in your school. But there is a catch. My most humble self will be walking around the country to just cross-check that we have our children in their whole bodies there. Is that correct? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited to be here this morning to preside over the official opening of the 15th Annual Delegates Conference of Capture. I've taken note of the various education stakeholders present, and I'm very happy and humbled that you are here to discuss matters that are pertinent and of critical importance to the country's education sector. Let me clarify one thing before I proceed. In this morning, I'm sure you are learners, you are experts whose minds are seamless. In one of our dailies, some of my children were crying foul. My advice to them is to say the truth. When you have said the truth, it remains constant. You don't have to remember anything else. And I thought I should clarify this very clearly for you. Most of those children who are saying they missed their schools were actually placed in their first choices. And God is my witness. They were placed in their first choices, and the schools they are crying foul about, if you put Mango as number 3, what the hell do you think you are doing? If you wanted to go there, put it as number 1. But if you wanted to you are not so sure of yourself and you select a school which you think you can go in, we shall give you your first choice. And it was done. And if you like, you can go and cross-check. With our data, it is available. So please let parents not confuse our young children. That, oh, you see, I was first here and I was denied Mango. That cannot be possible, because the first top 5 children of every county, whether they got 350 marks or 500 marks, they were taken to the schools, those top schools, if they chose them. Are we together? Yes. That is the truth. So please be happy. And I also want to correct whoever said it. I don't know that it's my brother Academia or whoever it is. I think it is the other teacher who owns this place. The biggest problem we are having in this country today is that the role of parenting has declined by 80%. Our parents are behaving, with all due respect, like animals. You produce children, then you wait. You produce children, you don't train them, they can't flush the toilet, they can't clean their bags because there's somebody doing it for them. Then when they reach the school age, you throw them to the teachers. So I violently disagree with the teacher who says that parents they have the biggest role to teach. They must start the teaching in the house. They must start the teaching in the house, so that by the time the child comes to the teacher can manage. Otherwise, sometimes we expect too many things from the teacher, which is not possible. And this is directed to the parents. Please allow your children to cook in the house, allow your children to clean the house, allow your children to clean the toilets, allow your children to collect all the takataka and go and dispose them. This is what the parents must do before the children go to school. The theme that you have here today is very relevant to the CBC implementation. Annual Delegate Conference theme, and I quote,